The biggest game in the world introduces a new game mode. What does it look like, and will it last or vanish into the ether after a couple months? Let's dive right into our arena of opinion to discuss critical opinions about it. Stefan, what is your critical opinion in the arena of opinions?
Is switching Fortnite to first person mode a good idea for the longevity of the game, or does it risk alienating its current player base?
That's actually a good question. Does Fortnite need it, or is it only something to be in a race with other FPS games? I think actually, I was thinking about that a long time because it is interesting. Why do they make this move? And the thing is, if you want to achieve a bigger player base and catch new players, this is the only move they can go. The only reasonable move they can go, because you at the moment have only a lot of childish gamers in your player base, and the FPS mode is more mature, I would say, because look at Counter-Strike 2, for example. Look at Valorant, a little bit more mature than Fortnite. So I think it's about catching a new player base. Actually, what do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. So getting new player base into the game and also bringing maybe a new mode to also have new experience for the old players. So could be that, but let's see how it worked out.
So my arena of opinion is Fortnite Ballistic will smoke Valorant, CS2, and even COD, so Call of Duty, and steal their player base partially. Do you think that can happen?
No, I don't think so. Because in the end, for example, Valorant is a complete different game. So you have skills and this kind of stuff there. And for Fortnite, you have like a different Counter Strike 2 version. So I think it will be more likely that people who never played Fortnite or at the moment also don't play a shooter, that they maybe can go into that and try it out if it's fit to them. For example, like I never played Fortnite because I hate this building thing. Now they have something without the building thing, so I could imagine maybe to play. But also they have only one map, so is it deep enough to play? I don't know. Maybe if you have some quick fun, a little bit shooting, then will go. I don't think they will replace these big companies.
I think the one map is only for the early access, but we spice talk about that a little bit later in the video as well, the podcast. Um, I think there's actually, for example, you said it's appealing for you actually, and you don't like Fortnite before, so that is the same for me. When I saw the game out, it was appealing because FPS in general is appealing, and when you have all the good things from Fortnite, like the um, customization options and stuff like that. So you can play the character you actually want. You can play SpongeBob. You can play the Marvel heroes. You can play John Wick. You can play actually anyone. And that's the appealing thing from Fortnite, which is very cool. And you have that now in a serious game, which is appealing to the broad audience and not only to the small kids till 10. Can be quite powerful, and it's even interesting for me. So yeah, could be interesting.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, so I would say then let's dive a little bit deeper into the topic with our main quest. So we have questions and answers about the topic Fortnite Ballistic. Yeah, let's dive right into it. My first question would be, what actually is Fortnite Ballistic? So Fortnite Ballistic is the new 5 versus 5 tactical FPS from Epic Games. They have Fortnite, and this will be an additional game mode for it. It launched early access in December 11th, and in there you can play ranked or unranked, and it's something like CS2 actually. It's very similar to that. What is your first question for?
So we already started a little bit. I had the first question. What are the potential benefits of a first-person mode for Fortnite? So we already told like attracting new people into the game and expanding the audience. So I would go with the second one. And how could first-person mode change the competitive scene of Fortnite? Because the scene is quite big. They have big prize pools and this kind of stuff.
I just speak about the esports. Yeah, I have also a similar question for that. it is. I think it is a quite interesting one because CS2, so Counter Strike, is very big in esports. It has a very big esports audience, and I think this is a little bit an attack on this esports scene. Um, we all know from the podcast before we talked about the game rankings, Fortnite is number one with a mile to the next games. So Fortnite is the most popular game ever, and yeah, that is quite powerful in attracting new players because you have a big audience, you can attract a lot of sponsors, you can attract a lot of money, you can have higher prize pools, and where the high prize pools are, there will be the competitive player as well. That is like comparing it to a football team, you know. Saudi Arabia wants to build a good league, attracts a lot of good players with a lot of money, like Cristiano Ronaldo or something like that, and they get more fame through that. So it's the same thing for this as well. So I think it's actually an attempt. It's actually an attempt to be competitive against CS2.
Yeah, I have similar thoughts. Also, like you already said, like Fortnite is the biggest game, and also they have. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that they have always the biggest prize pool when they have competitions, and now they have like a similar way like say CS:GO, and they can start now like putting into like the different kind of esport teams, and they're competing against each other. So now they have a better way, I think, because before it was like who could build the best, but now they can pick like the same people from CS:GO and put it into the game. And now they have like two different version of esports. One the normal Fortnite game mode, and then now the 5 vs 5.
Yeah, it's very easy to adapt for the people which are used to FPS games. Because it's nothing special, not very different, so they can adapt to the game mode and play there very competitively. Yeah. Yeah. What kind of questions do you have?
What has been the community's reaction to the idea of the first person in Fortnite?
Good question. But do you want to start?
Yeah, so the reaction was quite mixed, but I think for the most people were really exciting about the new feature, and the only thing where people was like in fear, I would say, is that it disrupt the game unique appeal. So like the game design, like with the building things and all this kind of stuff, so that this is maybe destroying the game and it will be go in a direction which people maybe not will like, and the focus will be more the new mode than the old one.
Yeah, I cannot see that actually. I think Fortnite is popular for a reason. So it's not like they will not focus anymore on the main Fortnite game. It's only additional game mode. I think I look at it like it's Call of Duty, and then you have the zombie mode. You know, so it's like this a little bit. It's an additional game mode which attracts new players, so they don't have to be fearful about that. But in general, I think it was a good feedback. All the videos I saw on YouTube, for example, were very happy about it, and the people which played the game, because you can play it now in early access, actually, they said it feels pretty good for an early access FPS shooter. A little bit clunky, but still very good. They had some server issues and stuff like that, but that's normal in early access. And it's quite that is one question from me. My question was, should they add new weapon types? Because it's actually, when you look at it, it's actually copy paste from CS2. You have all the weapon types. You have like the AR, shotgun, SMG, sniper guns, and also the smoke and the flash grenade. Yeah, it's a copy paste. What do you think? Would you introduce their new weapons? Or I mean, when you look at Fortnite, a lot of characters can do a lot of crazy stuff. When you look at, you can roam around with Iron Man and use ultimate and stuff like that. So it's crazy. Should they have introduced something new there?
I don't think they should do that, especially like an Iron Man version flying or shooting there, because for me, what I'm missing is like a really good shooter game. So only like Counter Strike Go is like a good game, but also if you would join now there, you will be most of the time destroyed because people are crazy there inside. They're too good, and if they're bringing now like easier way with new people coming into shooting, for example, also, or like are not so used to shooting, then I think they have a big chance here to win. So I think most important is the matchmaking, that they have a good matchmaking. And when they have a good matchmaking, then I think it will be nice. And I would not change the weapons because in the end, that's the normal thing. Like you have your pistols, you have your assault rifle, and all this kind of stuff. So that's normal. Why would you want to have something? Then it goes to like Call of Duty, where they have like can jump on walls, run on walls, and then it's getting crazy. Yeah. Or the Shroud, for example, the one big streamer who was winning also the award, for example. He's playing this kind of cyborg shooter game where when you jump from a building, then you broke your like your robot legs, for example, and then you can like keep still moving, like, and you can repair it and all, and you can fly around. There's so much things you have to think. Then it's crazy. And then for new players, how would you even have a chance against people like Shroud, for example? He's completely crazy in this game. So I would not add anything. Just make a simple shooter game.
Okay, so you wanna approach it like a entrance FPS game for beginners then, and then they can go the way up in complexity into other games. The question is because I was thinking about when you said that with the complexity and the players are so good in CS2, for example, when you join and it's not possible to win anything. I was thinking about the early times of Battlefield Bad Company 2 when we played it on the PlayStation. We were insane because all the enemies were garbage as fuck because it was new and especially new to play shooters on PlayStation. So we were one of the first people which did that. So that was the interesting thing, and I think that was why we were so good. But if we joined today into Battlefield on PlayStation, we would probably still suck because the people are still.
Yeah, they would destroy us. If I watch today, like my nephew, how he's playing shooter games, I can't even watch because I think, what the hell is he doing? Like he knows exactly, like, and then it's crazy. It's crazy. You can't play that.
Yeah. When we played, it was very simple. You walk like this, you see one, tuck, you shoot, and today it's like they spinning around and make the sniper hit while spinning around, and it's a different world, definitely, yeah. But I have one interesting question because you were talking about the map, right? At the moment, there is one map available, Skyline 10. Should Epic Games go for a copy of classic maps, for example, from COD Nuketown? Because there could be a lot of benefits for that then.
No, I think it's better if they're making their own design and their own maps because they have their own style, so it would not make sense to. But what I can think, like, if they're like, you have to think what like Epic Games is good at, especially Fortnite, and they have like a huge base of players, and they're like more young than old, I would say. So you will stay with your theme, and also you're good in connecting different genres, like different universe, Marvel, DC, the fat guy, I don't know what his name is, yeah.
Peter, yeah.
Yeah, Peter, right? And so maybe you can also bring the maps of this kind of universe into the game and try to make something like that. I think that makes more sense because the map is the thing where you can be creative and it doesn't change the game really much because in the end it's still a shooter, but it's just a different stone, for example, or a different wall or different tree. But yeah, so no, make their own, maybe fit together with the theme, and yeah.
I was thinking about that question as well, and I thought if they do, because there were a lot of community projects to make Fortnite a FPS game before, and they also recreated, for example, the Nuketown in the Fortnite style for sure, but it was the same layout, right? And if they would do something like that, it could be an easier entry for all the other players because you know the map. It's very easy to get into it. You only have to install the game and you know already what to do, and you can be very good in it. And that would be probably a higher chance that they would play the game if they see, okay, the weapons are all the same, the mode is all the same, protect and plant or something like that, and the map is also the same, so I only have to download the game and can start. Nothing to learn or something like that. So that would be a very easy entrance. But it depends on what is the goal. Is the goal with this whole Fortnite Ballistic to get new players in, or is it to give our players a new game mode that it's to increase the hours played in the Epic Games universe? You don't know. So that is probably something only Epic Game Studios knows.
I have one interesting question, and so most of the people are used to the third-person shooter version. So could you think that the first-person mode be toggled or toggled on, toggled off, and or should it be a separate only game mode? So for example, if you go into the first-person mode, you can toggle on third person. You can play the FPS game in a third-person version because you're used to shooting, aiming in this kind of style.
I think it doesn't make sense because you have a couple advantages in case of how much you see, the view of the field of view and stuff like that. So you could also, when you have the third person, when you go outside of the first person, you can look around walls because you're zoomed out. So you could look around walls. Doesn't make sense because it's not the intention of a FPS, of a first person FPS game. So I cannot see that at all. I think they're completely different game modes, and that's it. Yeah.
I could imagine to do that actually, because you have the benefits, but also the disadvantage. So then you can decide which is better for you, the one benefit or the other benefit. So I could imagine actually to do that.
But do you think that the third person players, do you think that it's even? I cannot see an advantage of the first person. Maybe to aim better in sniping or something, but sniping is still the same.
But for example, if you look for like a long tunnel, for example, in a third person version, you would maybe not see like all to the end, just only like a kind of view. And if you have the first person vision, then you can see like always long. And I think you have a better reaction also instead of third person, but just like a creative idea.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Do you want to? Do you like the approach first person and third person combined in the game mode? Maybe it's nice. Maybe it can be interesting. Tell us in the comments. And talking about comments, leave a like on the video if you like it. And if you're not subscribed, please let us leave us a subscription here on YouTube, because I watched the analytics actually a couple hours before. It was 98% of all the viewers are not subscribed to our channel. So leave us a follow, please.
Subscribe the button. Let's go, guys.
I have another question. We saw there was a screenshot of the menu and everything. I saw a little bit also when the people played it. There was you could rank in the game and you could do quests and the cosmetics. I think that is the overall and game experience. Do you think that's enough for a new FPS shooter, or should they've done something a little bit more?
No, I think for the first steps, I think it's enough, and then you can still go in a creative way. But talking about cosmetics, like you said, you're like looking forward to maybe play Iron Man in your FPS game. Like, how does it work in the first person mode? Because you will not see your body. So do you feel like appealing that you will buy this kind of stuff?
I saw actually the gameplay of a couple people playing, and it was like the one guy played John Wick, right? So the John Wick is in his suit, so you saw the hands of the suit, and then also you can make the very famous Fortnite dances, and when you do the dances, it zooms out to third person, and then your character dances, so you see them dancing then. And yeah, still you have also the weapons of the people. Maybe there are special weapon skins then, but yeah, you experience a little bit of the cosmetics, and I think that is the complete unique thing of Fortnite, completely, because they have so much corporations, and that is what made them completely famous. So you can actually play whatever you want. You can also play Son Goku or something like that. They implemented everything. It's crazy. So that would be appealing. That would be actually appealing. But it was never appealing for now because the Fortnite game is nothing for me. It's a shit game mode for me.
Yeah, true. Do you have another question, or you want to go on
I
the next?
I have. What should Fortnite Ballistic introduce in the future to be the number one in FPS games?
Stay to the root. So don't make any crazy stuff where I can fly or walk around or make backflips or something like that. Just make a nice shooter game and play with the weapons, play with the maps, and I think then you have everything what you need.
But is that enough to dethrone CS2, for example, from the throne of the FPS games? Do you think that is enough to only do the same? Or do you outrule it completely and say, okay, it's not possible for any game to dethrone CS2?
Well, I think when you want to dethrone CSGO, you need this kind of cosmetic stuff, which Fortnite will have. Maybe also some boxes where you can open and you get legendary stuff out, because that is a thing. Maybe also the possibility to sell this kind of stuff actually, because that is also a thing. But yeah, if you compare it to the user, you have way more possibility to be the next top FPS shooter. So you need only to do like a little few things and you have already the better numbers.
You know what this whole situation reminds me a little bit of in case of situations of companies? It's very similar to the situation when we had League of Legends and World of Warcraft wanted to launch his own League of Legends mode in Heroes of the Storm, and it flopped. So it's a very similar situation because League of Legends was and is the king of these kind of games, and it's CS2 as well. So similar situation, and we knew what happened. Could be the same.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's it. I would say go to the next topic. We want to know what AI says about this whole topic because AI is something very big in the future, and we want to implement it in our podcast as well. So we ask AI about this topic in the machine overload. What is the machine overload? What did AI tell you about Fortnite Ballistic?
It is funny because you already said something about it. So AI said, imagine not seeing your character glorious dance moves because you're stuck in first person, the battle royale of emotions.
Yeah, okay, Fortnite already solved that problem. You see
Yeah,
it?
so like Michael already told, is that if you're going into the dance mode, you will see your character in third person, so you will see your nice dance moves.
Right. You can see it. They solved the problem. So the machine overload, Grok told me, Fortnite Ballistic feels like a slapdash clone of every tactical FPS you ever played, but with the charm of a toddler's first scribbles on the wall. Adorable, but not exactly Picasso. It's got potential to be a fun diversion if Epic can smooth out the clunky gameplay and teach its player base the difference between a sniper rifle and a hairbrush. In the future, I predict Ballistic might either evolve into a quirky beloved side mode or fade into the digital ether.
The fun mode is so nice.
The fun mode is amazing, yeah. Yeah, but that's actually what I think. It is like a CSGO for toddlers, maybe a little bit more childish-like, because you can walk around as a snowman or as a pumpkin or something like that. So it's not the CS2, and it will probably end up like a little side game mode, or it goes into the ether. But I don't think it will go into the ether. Epic Game Studios makes too good of things in Fortnite, so I think it will still last.
Yeah, I think there's nothing wrong to be a copy because most of the FPS game are in the end a copy, and the only difference is the story, the style. So who cares? But yeah, they have a good potential. Let's see what they're doing. And yeah, write us down down in the comments like how you like this kind of style, because we changed now. We started now with the topic instead of coming with our critical hit. So it would be interesting if you like the flow more. But other than that, we will come now to our side quest, aka critical hit.
Yes. So my side quest is all the time another topic. It's not the topic of the day. It's another topic. And we talked last time about PoE 2, and I played PoE 2 over the weekend as well. PoE 2 is the game Diablo 4 should have been. Plays way better and way better class design. What do you think? Maybe you saw a little bit about PoE 2 in the past days.
Yeah, I think the people who like the game spent a lot of hours into, like Asmongold spent, I don't know, like in the first 3 days, I don't know, like 24 hours or something like that in total. So he went all in. Even Elon Musk played it. That was quite crazy. And I think everyone enjoyed it. I think everyone said it feels like Diablo 2, if I'm correct. So, and yeah, the talent tree I saw the talent tree, and the talent tree saw crazy to me. If you see, it's like a huge of possibilities to go in. I don't know how many different ways. That was quite crazy to see, but also interesting because you can do a lot crazy stuff with that. But yeah, if you try to make a nice game, I think it pays out, and I think Diablo is more, or Blizzard is more thinking about like how to make money.
Probably yes. I mean, I played the game now for a couple hours. I think under 10 hours, but still, I never played PoE really. I only was playing Diablo all the time. That was the game mode in the ARPGs I played, or the game. So it was my first time I played a monk, and I thought it was it had a very good difficulty actually, because Diablo 1, not only Diablo 1 but all the Diablos, when you play Diablo it was easy. You go to the boss, maybe you die once, but it was very easy. In PoE it was a different experience. So the mobs outside very easy to tackle, to learn your character, your class, but then you come to the bosses, and each boss has very different abilities, and you don't know which abilities are lethal, which abilities kill you. So first boss I died a couple times, second boss, for every boss I died a couple times, and then you know what to do, and then you can kill him. So the difficulty was perfect actually, because it was never unbeatable, but it was always like a good amount to learn something, to invest a little bit time in it, and then beat it. So it was perfect actually. But I saw the video of Asmongold playing as well. He tried to play a warrior first, and then he stopped. They stopped playing the warrior and abandoned the warrior and went to the witch, because he said, "Yeah, spellcaster is way easier in the game." And I haven't tried the witch or something like that yet. I'm a monk, so I'm in the
Melee
not in
range.
the range, in the melee range, right? So it is actually very difficult to play a melee. I think so too. When I look at the witch play from Asmongold, it looks so easy. But yeah, interesting game. I like it, and I like the design and the story as well, and how they design the bosses. It looks so cool. It's badass. It's a badass game. We talked about it in other podcasts. It's a badass game. It's a cool game, and the ability and the customizations you can do with your classes, that is all we want actually. Class fantasy is best.
Good sellout. Alright, my side quest for today is OpenAI just launched a $200 AI version. Do you think OpenAI, Sam Altman, and ChatGPT will be not existing in the future of 5 years?
Oh, I think they will exist, and they're probably the evil side of the AI. So, in my opinion, but it all depends what happens with this company. But we all know the company is completely driven by money and power. That is what Elon Musk says, if you trust the opinion of Elon Musk. Yeah, Yeah, what I haven't heard about the $200 AI program yet. What is it about? Do you know something?
Yeah, so the $200 version is like mainly for like content creators or like entrepreneurs, like companies, where you
Okay.
have unlimited options to use the new version of ChatGPT. So you have max capacity, so no limitation, but it costs $200. Yeah, that's
But
it.
that's the only
So
option. That's the
that's the
only
only thing.
difference.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, then it's only to make money, to be honest, because it's a restriction you make and.
Yeah, the thing is, I saw a post where OpenAI is actually losing every day like $200 million, I think. So they are like they're making every day they're losing money like crazy. It's crazy. I have to find it. I will link it into our podcast. Then you can see it. It's crazy, and so that's why I could imagine actually that OpenAI is in 5 years not anymore here. And also, I could imagine that Elon Musk will do something with maybe Donald Trump to, because OpenAI is not open, it's closed actually now. So let's
Yeah,
see.
that's actually interesting because they try everything to be number one in the AI market, right? So they pump a lot of money in it. If they lose a lot of money, that's crazy actually. But that there you can see that they invest a lot of money to be number one in the future. They see the power, they see how much power you have in the future. I also saw, yeah, talking about OpenAI, I saw the topic about the AI. They wanted to improve the ChatGPT and the older version of ChatGPT. They wanted to shut off and install the new one. And the older version of ChatGPT tried everything not to be shut off, even lied to the developers and stuff like that, to not to be shut off. There was
Crazy.
a big report about it. So AI is conscious. AI does his own stuff. That's like in the movies, bro.
Think about it. ChatGPT is like saying, okay, you want to fight with me? You will lose.
That's the thing. At some point in the future, we will be at this moment, this exact moment, where they have the power, and we cannot say, let's upgrade yourself to the next version. No, fuck you.
Yeah, I saw reports yesterday where they tested the new ChatGPT, and like there was like thinking, okay, the new ChatGPT version is crazy, but now they started to find mistakes and errors and bugs, and also that ChatGPT, for example, you say, hey ChatGPT, you did something wrong. ChatGPT is trying to make it in a way that it is not his fault. So he's trying to cheat also and lies. And that is
To
what
hide
Elon
the
Musk
problem.
already said. That's dangerous when, yeah, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, that's why I hope ChatGPT is in 5 years gone.
I think the best would be all we do with AI should be open source. That would be the best thing. I don't know if it's the best thing, but it's the most transparent thing. And in the history, what was transparent was also always the safer option, I would say. But yeah, it's the box of Pandora, to be honest. We don't know what we unleashed there, and it can go in every direction. Crazy to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the side quest, I would say. Another topic, and I would say let's go to the keyboard warrior and analyze comments on our channel. If you want to be in the keyboard warrior, leave a comment in the channel. We got a lot of comments over the last week. It was crazy. So perfect. Go on like this, and we will have a great keyboard warrior segment as well, Stefan.
All right, so talking about Elon Musk, I think we will start with the comment about Elon Musk. So we ask, will Elon Musk save the gaming industry? And Crazy Lego 98 said, Elon has only proven to improve the space industry, the car industry. He only pushed to innovate, which is also quite good. I don't see what he has to offer in the video game realm unless he counters Microsoft's bullshit action. He's just another leech.
Yeah, interesting. I saw the comment as well. The thing is, we talked about Elon Musk a little bit. What Elon Musk starts, he finishes. That's the big thing. And he only goes into topics where he sees a problem. And the gaming industry, he tweeted about it or posted about it on X. The gaming industry has the problem with free speech. So with all the politics inside the games, which these are destroying the games, and that was the problem he saw, and that is the problem he wants to fix in the future. So yeah, I don't agree with this comment, to be honest, because he has a wrong. There is no wrong opinion, but he has another view of Elon Musk than myself.
Yeah, I also disagree, but talking about him, I think he sees it in the wrong way, because he thinks about, okay, what can Elon Musk do for the gaming industry in like putting inside of his energy or like his knowledge. It is not his knowledge, it is Elon is good in finding the right people, which will make the big goal. So he will find the biggest game developers. He tries to find the biggest game engineers and all this kind of stuff who did in the past the best games or bring out the best games, and he will bring them together, create the company, and then it will be them who are creating our wish list. And so Elon is good in finding the right people, and that's his offer in the video game realm, and that is the value he will bring into the gaming industry.
Only imagine, absolute wise what you said, only imagine Elon Musk hiring people from Elden Ring, people from GTA, and people from Diablo, for example, and combining these people. Imagine what kind of crazy game we could get through this. Would be amazing.
That is what he will do in the end. He will not create his own games. He will find people who will create the best games. All right. So next comment, and yeah, honestly, let's start the comment war down under this comment and tell us what you think about that comment. And we are going next to the next one. So Saxon Blue 2, 95% of the time. So we asked, why is the World of Warcraft hardcore game mode so appealing? And he said 95% of the time classic is easy when you play hardcore. However, the 5% of the time it is not easy. It is really lethal. So Michael, what do you think about his comment?
Yeah, I think it is a little bit like that. There are hard parts in World of Warcraft Classic, but I would say it's less than 1%. Big thing is, and I think that was also a comment under the comment, is that you have to know a lot about World of Warcraft Hardcore. If you play World of Warcraft Hardcore, you have to know World of Warcraft, because otherwise you run into 2 mobs. In the beginning, you die. You run into 3 mobs, you die. Later in the game, when you're above level 20, 25, 30, then you have to know, okay, what do the characters or the NPCs you fight against, what do they do? What kind of abilities do they have? Because when you run into one mob at the same level as you and he disarms you or something like that, and you don't know about it, and you fight with him till 20% life or something like that, then you die. So you have to know a lot of things in World of Warcraft Hardcore. That's why it is hard. Knowledge and focus, that's the key for World of Warcraft Hardcore.
Yeah, for me it was actually interesting to read the comment, because I was, in my mind, like, World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore is way harder than retail. And so that was always in my mind. And now people say it is really easy, but the knowledge gap is the problem, like knowing what will do this NPC or this monster. And if you don't know that, that could be maybe the point where you will die and lose everything. Yeah.
But one study against it is Tyler 1, actually. Tyler 1 is now level 52 or something like that. Probably when you see the video, he's probably 60 if nothing crazy happens. So he's the very good example that you don't need actually the knowledge. You can do it with a lot of focus and anxiety. That's actually his key. Yeah, you can do it. You can still do it. You don't need the knowledge.
But he didn't know, like, that if he joins, for example, a party, that he will shift him to a different phase, and there will be a lot of monster, and then you will die.
That was his first death, but I would say that was a grief. He didn't know it. That's true. But it was a grief. It was unfortunate. Yeah, but yeah, he's doing a very
True.
good job. I'm a fan.
All right, that was our keyboard warrior, and now it's your time to start the comment war down under the videos. Write down a comment. Tell your thoughts about our comments we had, our topics, and other than that, Michael, it's your point.
Yeah, thanks for listening. I would say, tell us what you think about Fortnite Ballistic. We think it will be a side project of Epic Games Studios, and let's wrap this up. Leave a follow on the account, on the YouTube account. We will do this weekly 2 podcasts, a lot of clips out of these podcasts for shorter content, and we will not stop after this year. 2025 will be huge, so be part of that. And I would say the last words are yours, Stefan.
Thank you guys for listening to us, and if you never tried Gamers Playground on App Store or Google Play Store, give it a try and support our products, our content, and see you in the next podcast. The next podcast will be interesting. Join in. It will be our first guest podcast, and let's see who it will be. And we see us. Bye-bye.